So I have got a package. It's from PIXELWIZARD, and it's this one. So I haven't told you, but I'm going to put the KU motherboard inside this one. That's why I got it. So yes, I will unpack this, but first let's have a look at this website. So this was 59, I think, or 49 maybe when I bought it. Let me just have a look. Excluding VAT maybe. This is was it cost. I bought also screws because that is something I've been missing for a while now. And also keyboard mounts. So I will get a keyboard at another time. So this is a project will take a bit of time to finish. Yeah, so that was the invoice. So let's open the package and I will be right back after opening this. I'll just take the cover off. So let's see what it's like. Okay, I'm trying a different setup here than I'm used to because this package is so big. So yeah, I can show you some time, but I have a different storage here where I put the camera, and then I had some counterweight, and then I balanced it on an iPad, and I don't think I will show you even. It's not very great. So yeah, so just get the packing off. So let's see what's inside here. So it's wrapped in black plastic. I don't want to break the original case because that one also looks very nice. Oops, I bent the camera. I'm really sorry. I don't want to drop it because this is in the stairs. I was stupid. I was talking on the phone with the Inri, and then I fell on my ass in the stairs because it was a wooden stairs, and I was walking without shoes, you know. So I deserved falling on my ass, basically. But I dropped the phone. There's an instinct you have when you fall. Like every species have that. It seems like you put out your arms to save yourself. So that's what I did. So the phone went to hell. So the last phone I had was a cheaper phone with a cute panda on it. Actually, cost like nothing, 50 euro or something like that. When I fixed the screen of that mobile phone, it cost me like 5 euros. The touch screen was terrible after that. But when I had to fix this camera, or this phone, which is a Huawei P20 Pro, it cost like 250 euro or something. So it has a really expensive screen. And you have to replace the screen, not just the scanner. But anyway, this is the C64C case, as you may know. So you came for the C64 case, and you got a story about me falling on my ass. Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, I'm wearing the lavalier microphone, so it should be easier when I move around. Look at this beautiful case. Let me get it in shot. Let's open this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Just don't sound excited. So it's coming out. Look. It's a bit more artwork. I love these cases. Just going to turn the invoice upside down. That's the third invoice. So there we go. User guide. Look at that, guys and girls. Here we go. Now I am really excited, but also I'm a bit curious to this new type of plastic. I can see some in Norwegian we call it skjolder, unevenness, especially around the fill ports or mounting ports or something. But that's the reason why I chose black, because the gray one is supposedly a bit more affected by this. So, but to me, this is great. So we will get out the computer in a minute. Just going to look at this user guide. Das neue C64 Gehäuse. The new C64C case. Commodore is back in Germany. Congratulations on this purchase. With this case, you're holding a piece of computer history in your hands. When using a different series, various modifications and extensions have to be made. So we are thinkers here, so that's not a problem. So what do we have here? We have the case top, 2 rubber feet, 10 screws. I wasn't aware, but that's cool because that's probably just for the case. It's not for the motherboard, but I've ordered for the motherboard. Let's see. Gamer edition, we have not ordered these. They are sold out, by the way. So what's different here? Oh, it comes with a joystick, the Elite one. Comes with 2 joysticks actually. Use of other C64 boards and keyboards. That was what I was looking for. Almost all C64 versions could be installed inside the new cases. Keyboard mounts, LED and PCB size varies depending on the different versions, so modifications may need to be made. LED. The LED could be slightly too large. The LED can be adjusted by sanding slightly with sandpaper. Alright, so instead of 5mm it's 4.6. That's actually quite substantial. Alright, so that's why you have to file the sides. So let's have a look. Let's zoom it out again. Yeah, it's probably in here though, so let's get this thing out of here. Let's get to the shopper. So let's see. Oh, look at this. Look. Wow. Never mind. I can zoom a little bit. Oh my god. Have a look at this, guys. And girls. It's already good. So is there screws or something? Or is it taped? Or... So it looks nice. Yeah, it's just clamps and they are fine. How strong are they? Feels strong. I don't know. It's always dependent on what kind of plastic you use. I'm not going to try bend it too much, but it feels strong. So yeah, so these are the keyboard mounts. They are 3D printed, I think. Yeah, they are 3D printed. Let's see if we can get it up close. Or semi-close anyway. Yeah, you can see the 3D printing marks there. So, alright. So, that's great. Oops, there's screws in there. Let's see. Here are the 2 sets of screws I ordered. C64C set. I'm not sure if C64C was correct, but let me get out the keyboard now. Let's see if it will fit. I don't... Oh yeah, they have double mounts there. It might fit actually. These are the feet. So just move them. Let's get the C64KU motherboard. Where are you? Look at this guy. Whoa. Yeah, I know. I'm just excited. See if it fits. And that's not a problem at all. Let's see. That looks fine. Good. I will also need to file here, so I won't screw it down yet. But look. Let's see. Look. screw holes lined up right on the dollar, right on the money. And here also, I'm really happy that I hit those marks. I think the scanner that I used at work was really great. So it was really hard to see the edges, as I said in another video, but as you can see, it's not a problem. The problem I was worried about, I've shown you this before, but there's a ground or 5V trace, I think it's ground, that goes here, that was cut, so it's half as wide, but it's not a big problem really. As you can see here, it's really wide, so yeah, let's bring down the exposure. So yeah, what do you think, guys? I really love this. So, but I need to get a keyboard, so, but meanwhile I will get this one on there. Maybe I'll continue to use it inside here. Maybe I should just screw it down, but I'm going to test it with a harness that I got from Sven. I bought it from Sven actually. So let's see what this will look like. So yeah, I'm really grateful for people like Thomas Koch. Sorry, I mispronounced your name, but he drives he runs the PIXELWIZARD retro shop. And people like that, I mean, people in the Commodore 64 community really need it. So I don't know why it doesn't go down. Also, I might have misjudged the new C64 ports there, because look, they are sticking out. It's not a big problem. Maybe it's because of this, it doesn't have this shield. Maybe it's a bit different. I don't know. Well, oops. Now I got the thing mounted, so I don't think it's a problem. As you can see, it's flush and everything. So really happy about this. Look, it was just a matter of pressing it down, so it wasn't a problem at all. I will be forever blowing dust of this thing, so I think maybe that was a bad idea, but what can I say? I really love it. I really love it. And after spending all the time, okay, so I'm going over the board and I mounted 1, 2, 3 screws, and I'm looking around. I can see I have a slight problem there. It's okay there. It has a little bit of play to go when everything is not mounted hard. And you can see here we have, I think this works. There's a bit of a space here, so I'm not sure. Maybe these holes should have been more in this way. As you can see, I can actually move this one a bit more. And if you look here, I think maybe this space is not, maybe it's not perfect. It's just me editing this video. I just want to say that maybe the reason why it's like that is because if you look at the design files, the scanner didn't go all the way out to the edge. So even though it was a scanner that could do that, it cut it off for some reason at the very end. So what I did was I glued together, I flipped the board around 180 degrees and digitally I glued them together to make one whole picture. So at the 2 centimeters at the left, I think it wasn't perfectly rotated. I think maybe that's what has happened here. But you can see the power button is looking rather nice. I'm not sure what's going on, but I do have a problem on the left side, top left side there. So probably the dimensions in the image wasn't completely perfect over the whole board. Also the original board did curve a little bit. after I desolder everything. Yeah, and not to mention I use a lot of heat on the cartridge port. Do you remember my dentist card didn't work? So I have actually programmed one of these guys. Actually it's not, it's actually a Winbond EE EPROM. Now it works, so when I switch it on it takes a bit of time, to get a picture, so don't remember it being this slow though. I have the test harness from Sven Petersen. I bought it from him, so I really want to test it now. So okay, so I'm back. I have looked this up online and I found this page, and it has the diagnostics cartridge with the same number. I could actually have checked Sven's page also, and he probably has information about this. Put it the right way anyway. Let's see if we can find the image. Alright, we are at Sven's GitHub repository, and here you can see what it looks like without the enclosure. There you go. This one goes into the keyboard dongle, this one goes into the serial port, this one goes into the cassette port, and then you have some that goes into the joystick also. But I think it's just okay, so we found it at World of Johnny. There you go, now I can open this. So let's see if we can find that cartridge image. There you go, I think it's this one. These are different files than the one I started with anyway. So I will burn that. Computer is drawing power, but nothing is happening here. Yes, I have read a little bit more, and that old .64 file that has 2 bytes, which is not supposed to be there, so skip from file start address. So we just enter 2 there, and then we'll skip. So if you want to write to somewhere else in this buffer here, then you write it here also. But now we want to start at 0, so there it goes. Now there's no longer that problem. And look, it started. I thought there was something wrong with the machine, but you can also see that we have some bad chips there, or it indicates that anyway. So yeah, we'll just let it run, and we will see what happens. Yeah, so this version is also recognizing the ROM checksum. So we have a bad cassette port, control port, serial port, and interrupt. Don't know why the interrupt is wrong. I have inserted the diagnostic card from Sven. I'm really excited to try it out, so we'll just hook up all these wires and then we'll get back to you.
Hammering it makes it harder. The more it is hammered, the harder it becomes.
I have hooked it all up, and Sven was kind enough to scrape together all his parts to make a set for me. Now let's turn it on. I don't know if I have plugged it correctly here, so let's let it run. I haven't connected this one, by the way. I have screwed this one together, so probably the keyboard will fail or something. But possibly we'll get less errors.
What should I do? What do I do? What would you do? Huh? What do I do?
So it's a completely new weekend again, and I've gotten some tips from Sven regarding the harness. I reached out to him, so on my YouTube there is a unlisted video that I sent to him so you can watch. So actually it's the video you are watching. I haven't cut it out, and he has responded to me. So without a SID, the control port will be reported bad. So that's very interesting. I wasn't aware of that. The Swin SID, or if you have no SID at all, then you don't have pot X and pot Y, you know. I have 2 broken SID chips. So I've taken one of the SID chips, and from the bread bin anyway, and put it in here. So it's digitally it's okay, but the output filter is something wrong with. So, or one of the channels. And sure enough, if I run the test, everything checks out. And I also would like to add that when I made the video that you watched just a minute ago, the diagnostic test is not the same as the dead test. So the very first video I showed you was the dead test. So this is actually, as you can see, the diagnostic test. Of course, that's not the same thing, so sorry. But you learn while you live, sort of. That's cool and all. I will also show you something really exciting that I've seen lately. So, on New Year's Eve, I was surprised to see that there was a forum64.de thread about my KU motherboard. So I was very curious. I came in contact with a guy called Adak, or his real name is Gerd, and he has put together a group buy, or sammelbestellingen, anyway. So he was thinking that only maybe 20 or 30 boards people wanted. Like, I didn't think anybody wanted to do anything like this. So there you see some people are showing interest in this thread, and wow, it's growing really fast. And now I'm going to cheat a bit. I'm going to click 15 and 14 up here. Let's see. Look, wow. So it's 122. I think it goes a bit further also on page 15. And he told me that the list ended up with 155 boards. You can see that people are asking for black ones, and also there are green ones, I think. So yeah, so let's have a look. And shortly after, sure enough, he got all the boards. I calculated, so my board has gold on it, but anyway, I weighed it, and it weighs 210 grams, and if this is 150 or something, it's 32 kilograms of boards. Can you imagine? 32 kilograms? Now, there are several threads about this, so here we have Turbo Mitcha, or Michael. I've also come in contact with him. I think he was the first one to build the 1.3 board. So this is 1.3 boards actually, that is a collective, this group buy. But I don't think he was in the group buy, I'm not sure. So because he has already built it. But yeah, so the thing I fixed in 1.3 was basically that C14 over there. But you can see it's beautiful. He did a really great job, I think. So, but it didn't work. So first thing I was thinking, okay, it's missing solder in a hole, but let's think about other things also. I made a component called RP1 and RP2. There. So these are isolated and bus resistor arrays. So around the RAM area, there are isolated resistors. And on the rest of the board, they are used bus resistor. The bus ones are usually used to just connect one side to 5 volt, and then you have an individual pull-up to everyone else. But at the RAM, they are not used as pull-ups, they are used as termination. So they are like 33 ohms. And sure enough, that was actually incorrect. And it was actually a bit my fault because I had it in... Well, if you read the schematics, you will see that it's isolated. If you just read the BOM, bill of material, it doesn't look like it's like that. So I just want to say that. I'm really happy that Turbo Mitcha or Michael has built this board. And soon enough, many more people will build the board. Wow, so we see Chiller is also building the board. Look, it's beautiful. I think black is beautiful. I consider this video to be part 4 of the KU motherboard. And that concludes this series. So I have no idea what I'm doing next when it comes to this motherboard. So I have to get a keycap or something for this computer. So I'm speaking with Gerd on Twitter. Basically it's helping me translate what Turbo Mitcha is talking about. So I think I talked about this in this video. So this is the original, and he mentions that there's a problem with the alignment of the leftmost mounting posts, and that's also true. I also have problems with that. I think it's the scanner that I've used, which is not perfect. And then there's a second problem, which is not such a problem that I have made a mistake. It's actually the same in the original. So if I put them on top of each other, they align up, and what you can see is that you have 1 millimeter more on this side than on the other side. So that is not a problem. That's not the problem. So the problem that Turbo Mitcha had was, let me just put the cartridge on top here. That's nice pink cartridge. Maybe I shouldn't have the original under there, like that. I will just keep the exposure like this. So you can see this is how much you have on this side. Also the shielding, which is almost aligned with the board like that. And here you see you have even more. So I think what the real problem here is that this connector is too much this way. And the same on this board. Actually, the reason being is that the connector is too much to the side, as you can see here. This seems a little bit funny. You can see it's more to that edge than it is to this edge. It's the same with the original. So I think if this is a problem, it wasn't a problem with this one. So, but since I'm making a 1.4 version of this, the 1.3 is basically the same as this one, 1.0. And I can move this one to the middle. I can, after I've used some digital calipers on the original board, take measurements and then try to transpose them over here, see what the difference is, and then move it in the correct direction. So then I can fix the whole alignment problem. So yeah, and Gerd, I'm speaking to on Twitter right now, he also mentioned that the cartridge port should have some glue on it. So yeah, let me just get this out again. So the thing was that when I was desoldering this one, the thing was really stuck. It had some sort of glue or double-sided tape that didn't want to get off. I used a lot of heat and it had no effect at all on the glue. So, but I think it's maybe better to use a double-sided tape, which is designed for stuff like that. So yeah, it makes sense to glue this one down, because a lot of stress is put on the cartridge port here if you don't glue it down to the board. So that's a good tip. I just have to find a good good glue or something. So all right, so yeah, really happy with this, and also very thankful to Gerd or Adak and Turbomicha for reaching out to me about this issue. So thank you very much for watching. See you another time. Bye bye.